Hey, how you doing today? This is Tim with Vanderbilt Financial Solutions, and today we're going to talk to you about getting a business loan from the banks. There's actually only three important things I just really want to talk to you about today. At the time of this video, if you are a small business owner, you know as well as anybody that we live in a very, very difficult time. You know, sales are probably at a very minimal. People just don't want to come out and they don't want to buy. They don't want to do anything. They're very scared. And but there's a lot of opportunity. And sometimes, you know, we need money as a small business owner. And what's the first and foremost thing when we need money? Who do we turn to? Well, yeah, you're right, the bank. But unfortunately, in this day and age, the banks have lots and lots and lots of money to give out. They just have tightened their lending, and it's making it very, very difficult to get access to that money. The first and foremost thing is for any small business owner to get money from a bank. What's the very first thing that they ask you for? Well, financial records. And what is the very most common thing that most business owners don't have? Financial records. Unfortunately, that's the number one reason that I want to kind of touch base with you today about. And if you're sitting there, you're going, yeah, I know all about that. Well, here's the thing. When a new employee comes to you, or a prospect, or somebody who wants to get hired by you, what's the first thing you ask them for? Well, you're going to ask them for an application, or you're going to ask them for their resume. And the banks are no different. They want to see your resume, they want to see your application, and that's in terms of financial records. So once they ask that information, it's on your shoulder now to provide it for them. And depending on how accurate your information is, and how much information you have actually gathered and saved, will determine whether or not you get a yes or a no to the money that you want. And if you are somebody who has not taken advantage of, let's say, an accountant or a bookkeeper, and you're probably somebody that had some sort of crude way of handling your books, the number one thing I can tell you right now to do is hire an accountant or a bookkeeper. And before you go to any bank, I don't care, just even talk to them, get your financial records in order. Because once you get those things in order, not only is it going to expedite the process of getting the loan, but it's going to save you a lot of time and hassle. Because here's the thing, let's say you do go to a bank and they ask you for your financial records, you give them a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then what happens? Well, they kind of, they spoon feed you. They need more information. We need more information. Well, they may need a simple paper, but by the time you get that piece of paper, that information, and then they get it in their hands, and then it goes to underwriting, and then they give you an answer, that could be a couple of weeks. Well, as a small business owner, you don't have a couple of weeks. So why would you, submit your information that's half measured basically, and expect them to jump their hoops to get you the loan when they don't have the information that they need to get you that loan? So again, first and foremost, what I want you to do is, before you talk to any bank, get your financial records in order. Because if you do not do that, I guarantee you, the process of getting a bank loan is going to be frustrating. It's going to be, you're not going to want to do it. The first three banks that you talk to, and they all ask you for that information, you're going to say, this is too hard, I can't do it, whatever. And you don't get the money. And as a small business owner, if you don't get that money, there's a good possibility you may go broke and you may go out of business, and that's not what you want. Second of all, the biggest thing, when you do get your financial records in order, this gives you power, okay? The power to now go out and talk to as many banks as you want. And that's really, really what you want to do, is you want to talk to at least 10 different banks. And again, every bank is going to say, hey, the very first thing is, let me see your financial records. Now that you have them in order, now you can submit them with confidence. And if they do need something, it's probably going to be very minimal at the very least. So it doesn't really matter. But the biggest thing is, when you do go out, I would say probably go out and talk to and submit to about 10 different banks. Now what that's going to do for you is it's going to give you choices, it's going to give you better terms, and again, maybe one bank says no, but another bank may say yes. You don't know. But here's the biggest thing. Let's say you submit your information to 10 different banks and you get 10 no's. Well, if they're all saying the same thing consistently over and over, okay, that's exactly what you need to work on. Okay, maybe at this point in time, the loan itself is not something that you need. You need to work on what they're telling you, so that way when you do go back and submit it, once that problem has been solved, you're going to get a lot more yeses than you have gotten no's. Okay, and again, I cannot stress enough getting the financial records, going out there, talking to at least 10 different banks, and when you do, you're going to know whether or not you can get that loan. And if you get a lot of no's, then you're going to know exactly why you're getting no's. And it's not a bad thing, but it's something that maybe you overlooked. And now that you've found out, you brought it to the surface, and now you can work on that. The third thing I want to talk to you about is be open-minded to alternative financial solutions. Here's the thing. I don't care if you've been with a bank for 20 years, if your kids are both on the same soccer team or whatever the case may be. The bottom line is, as a small business owner, you are out there to generate revenue, keep expenses down at a very minimal, and create a profit. Okay? And what does it take to do that? It takes money. And if you need money, let's say for new equipment, maybe you got to get some more employees, whatever the case may be, you have a problem, you need solutions, and you need them today. And a lot of times, alternative financial solutions, they may not be the best terms, but here's the thing. Do you have the time it takes to get a business loan? Sometimes they can take, anywhere between, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. It's not uncommon, especially in this day and age. Alternative sources, there's a lot of them out there. Business cash advances, merchant loans, those kind of things. Take a look at them. They're kind of short-term loans, but the reality is they may work for you, and they may get you that money you need right now that's going to help turn and generate a profit for you immediately. And that's the key, is you're trying to generate more revenue to get more profit, and sometimes they offer basically 7 to 10 business day turnaround time. That's money quick in your pocket. Once you get that money, now you can get that equipment that may double your production, whatever the case may be. Maybe it may be able to help you reduce some expenses. Again, take a look at them. Be open-minded as a small business owner. There's lots of them out there. But I want to thank you for your time today. Go out there and talk to at least 10 different banks. Get your financial records in order. Be open-minded to alternative financial solutions. My name is Tim. We are Vanderbilt Financial Solutions. Visit our blog. We have a lot of good information. I have a lot of other videos on small business financing. So take a look at them, and good luck.